Okay, here we go. Full transparency. So we've run it on the water hose and it's warm. We know it doesn't crank well, and when it's cold, if we squirt a little gas in it, it fires up, but we do believe that is from the starter dragging terribly. It looks like it's the original starter. So you're gonna get to see what we see when we go to load test. We've probably got about 25 hours of diagnostic time in this thing, and it was plagued with a lot of problems, this Optimax. This is one of the worst years of Optimaxes to own, and a lot of people out there are having a lot of problems with these boats, these engines. But it doesn't mean they're not repairable. It just means you have to be patient. That's good. You have to be patient and stay at it and never give up. We're getting our pond a little muddy. It's a little green. Usually it's cleaner than that. The pool man was just here. He vacuumed it, but all the rain we've had lately has been problematic. That's Kenneth Walker over there. He's been pulling his hair out on this thing for quite some time, and he's been helping to pull what's left of mine out. Dumb bastard. Let's see what we got. We got a win or we got a fail. Well, it didn't idle before when we first got it. It idled erratically, and you had to, the customer was slamming it into gear and giving it gas. As you can see, it's running. Hey, Kenneth, let's let the pisser start peeing. Let the thermostat, there it goes. Okay, hey, Mr. Walker, just go easy at it. Don't just stomp it yet. Let's warm it up a little bit. Let's ensure everything's doing like it's supposed to. We don't have anything loose that might fall off, any tools or scanner, all that stuff. Okay, put it in gear. That's in gear. Hey, that's a good sign, right? Before, if you put it in gear, it would die right away. He's gonna check the codes on the scanner and look at the engine perimeters. I think he's just showing off that freaking tattoo, man. That's my son. I love you, son. All right, we're in gear. Smash it. What kind of RPMs? Go check the primer bulb. Check that primer bulb and see what's going on. Sounds like it's a little low on power to me, but you know what? The primer bulb's firm. But right, what was the tax saying at that point? How much? 1800. But what does the tax say now? 8. Okay, so we've resolved the. Okay, so it's safe to say that we've resolved the idling problem and it stays running, but we've got a power problem. No codes. So maybe we have a fuel restriction. Maybe that filter's clogged. A lot of maybes on this motor, right? What horsepower is that thing? 225? So it ought to, and we don't know what pitch prop is on it either. Lean on it again, and then let's pull it out of the water a little bit. Let's free some the torque up on the prop, and let's see if we can get it to pick up some RPM. Punch it hard. Next time, just drop the throttle, see if it dies. But I think maybe that the throttle cable maybe was sticking or something, and maybe that's why I said smash it, because maybe you just weren't getting full throttle. So we'll check the throttle cable too, and we'll make sure that it's getting full throttle without having to overexert yourself over there. So let's test the throttle cable right now a little bit more. That took you up to 3,000, and it sounded great. So that's a lot better, and we see them run about 3,000 to 3,600, somewhere in there, when they're in the tank. Unless we had a smaller prop to put on it, we can get the RPMs up. Once the boat is underway, then the RPMs will come up. So I want you to slam that throttle again, just like you just did. And this time, after you run it just for a few seconds full throttle so I can get it on video, then chop the throttle and let's see how it acts. Okay, you can run the cable sticking a little. No, that's the engine's got that's why I always test that. The ECM brings it down slowly so it won't just die. I know, he's nervous about it because this thing has whipped his ass. Okay, stop it again. Let's leave it up there a little bit longer. Just watch me, I'll tell you when to chop it. Stirring the tank, or aerating the tank. And then, okay, chop it. And that's still in gear. That's in gear. No, that's in gear. Right. Wow, running good. Okay. Put it in neutral, please. Go to reverse. Now goose it a little bit, but not very much. All right, neutral, forward. Punch it. Hey, let off. That's okay, that's why we're testing it. It also has a shift switch. Is the shift cable tight? It looked like it was pretty tight. Yeah. Okay, so do me a favor, wiggle the shifter a little bit closer to neutral and then back to forward. Also, we don't know the condition of the fuel in this boat. I thought we tested it. It looked pretty good. Okay, let's just for a kick, see if we can get that to screw up again. Smash it again. If it screws up, I want you to let off of it, let it calm down for a minute, and then we'll ease into the throttle and see how it acts. Smash it. Okay, so hey, oh. Hey, as you ease back into it, go ahead and ease it all the way full throttle. That's what it was? Okay, so we got an intermittent, sound like fuel delivery. Check your scanner. Either fuel delivery or maybe it's got some fuel treatments in it that it doesn't like. No codes? How's your temperatures look? What are they? Starboard 125, port 97. Okay, so let's do this. Put it on your TPS, and then will that scanner reach where you can see it when you punch it? Okay, watch those TPS numbers. We know what they're supposed to be, and see if they jackass around. got some old spark plugs in it.
It was from the running Optimax.
Right, so we probably need to put the,
His new one's back
we'll
in.
just, let's get, well, we ran with his before. Let's get some brand new ones.
Well, it's cutting out. I don't think
Yeah, I hear it. It's kind of banging out. So it's like it's dropping fire or it's losing fuel. Also, we'll take that spin-off filter off and dump it in a jar, see if we got any water in it. Do you have a water alarm on the scanner?
There's an alarm, but there's not an alarm. It'll tell
But-
me if there's water, but there's not water in it.
So it's not telling you water?
No water. No water.
Did you index those spark plugs? Just screwed them in. Okay, so I don't know if that's a big deal on an Optimax, but it might be. I just don't remember. We work with so many different engines. Okay, smash it again. Let's see what happens. And hold it down and see if it recovers by itself. If it messes up. You can hear it missing. So it's definitely losing cylinders. I wonder if it's maybe air injectors. Maybe it's losing some air injectors, but it's popping like it's lean. So I'll ask the customer if he's got some fuel treatments in it. But so far we've made a lot of progress, right? What's the battery voltage on that scanner? And tell me what your sent 14.3? 13.3. I'd like to see it about 14.7. So I'm thinking we put a good hot battery. Let's check the fuel. Let's change the spark plugs. And let's test it again. Make sense? But so far, we made progress. Things are going the right direction. Okay, that's it from Hotheads Marine and the 225 Optimax Drama.